Ultimate Raids, the prestige raid content of Final Fantasy XIV. They sit at the top of the content ladder for those who yearn for the challenge, who seek to fell even greater foes. Those who don't do it for the gear, but for the thrill of it, the friendships forged along the way, and maybe a little bit of flexing too. For the raiding community, the release of a new Ultimate is one of the most energetic and exciting moments during the expansion's lifecycle. We truly don't know what's in store for us, and even if the Ultimate raiding scene is niche, it puts a lot of attention into the 14 directory.
Nice!
何これ
これが新しい。これが新しい。
あ
They did it and they're back to phase 1!
All eyes are on what 14 has to offer at its highest end. Who couldn't be excited? After all, we've seen the pinnacle of what these fights can bring to the game with ultimates such as DSR and the brutality of top.
エデンああなるほどエデンね
Ah, Eden?
エデンね
Eden!
Okay!
The community was ready for this, and I'm sure everyone was quite surprised by the outcome.
And so the title will be Futures Rewritten Ultimate.
Interesting.
Many of us have attempted this fight, many more watched it. For many of you, along with myself, it might have even been your very first on-patch Ultimate. The thought of getting to attempt a brand new Ultimate on-patch for the very first time, along with everyone else in the community, it's exhilarating. At Dawntrail, the 5th expansion, we were ready. So, what preparation is needed to take on the upcoming Ultimate? First, we needed to clear the Savage tier and farm it for full best in slot gear. Dawntrail was off to a pretty great start with a pretty well designed and enjoyable raid tier all around, even if the community thought it started off a little bit too easy. That didn't last too long though for the next tier. We bested the first tier of the Arcadion Savage raid series. All caught up, we waited to see what was next. Waiting, but we all knew what was right around the corner in 7.1. Dawntrail's first Ultimate was here, and its Futures Rewritten Ultimate, based on the Eden raid from Shadowbringers, a reimagining of the struggle of Rinon and Gaia dealing with their own futures, with memories being taken away by Mitron, in a plot to get back the ancient lover's soul he wanted to be reunited with. Ready?
Voice in my head. I can't control Eden. At last, by the Oracle of Light's power, I have broken free! Here and now I shall fulfill our promise. Unto the mightiest being in this child's heart, I give form.
There's nothing like launch. The community hype is immense. The emotions. Being part of it all just feels great. even if my group was only able to keep up for about 30 minutes until phase 1 was down by the world progress. Just not knowing what's next. It's very exciting. There's lots of energy, and my god, it was a really fun few days.
I'm the only one fit to protect her.
To think that this could be born from my memories.
Fatebreaker, the manifestation of Rain's nightmare through Eden. What if Thancred had become an overbearing, protective fatherly figure to her like Renji was, thrust into the jails beneath Yulmore? We begin Futures Rewritten Ultimate. Gunblade in hand. This phase I thought was going to irritate me a lot later in progression, but honestly, it was not too bad, and it was just like the original E11S. It was pretty damn satisfying. The mechanics here were nothing that different from the original fight. Gunbreaker uses his gunblade to strike the party with lightning and fire aspected attacks, augmenting their effects. This one went down pretty fast in the world race. After many knockbacks and explosions, teams would stumble through after facing an incredibly relaxed DPS check. It wasn't long before world progression teams finished off phase 1 and broke into phase 2. And from that point on, to me, it felt like the race was truly on.
The big phase, they've got to pump out a lot of
See how
damage.
low
but
the boss
Alice
is.
Gone. Fatebreaker
Ooh.
here though at 2%, even with the damage on, even with the death, they're able to phase it, and we are going into Shiva.
Oh wow, here we go. The usurper of frost. Fools, you would stoke the fires of conflict. Let's see what's going on. We're gonna get the quadruple slap. Double slap is nothing. Let's go.
I'm sure like many others, while our statics were raiding, doing our best to progress the fight, the world races were getting further and further along, and we couldn't help but watch what was going to happen next. This is the first time I got to see an Ultimate progress live while understanding raiding. Not knowing what phases would be next, what boss model would appear, what amped up Ultimate version of previous Savage mechanics lay in waiting. Because that's part of the fun. When we see Oracle of Light from Eden's Verse Refulgence in Phase 2, we all knew, we were waiting for that one cast name to rear its head once again. The real-time theory crafting on how to resolve mechanics in chat. Which fan favorite old mechanics would return, and would they be amped up in any way? Ultimately, after 3 short days, the fight went down and World First was claimed. 5 phases there are in all stand in the player's way, providing a unique challenge and set of mechanics to face off against. Shall we begin? Shiva Manifest. Summoned using the memories of Lady Iceheart as remembered by the Warrior of Light, channeled through none other than Rinon herself, but in this series of events, corrupted by Mikron? Here it was time for lots of sliding around, as we all anticipated, and the return of some incredibly iconic mechanics.
そういうことだったんか。さあ、これやばいやばいやばいやばい、近い近い近い。いや、そうだよな。
This one was just simply fun. Nothing was particularly complex here, but the movement was particular, and because we already understood Light Rampant from E8S, nothing was really misunderstood here. Lots of sliding, dodging, mirroring, and midding later. Shiva is frozen in place.
We're not gonna see a kill here. Here it comes, untargetable, executing everybody. No!
What?
They got far enough!
They did it!
They don't have to kill her!
This is
They just
it!
have to get her low enough. This is new progress for the first time ever seen. She's going into the ice. This is similar to the normal mode where Gaia comes down.
Normally Gaia comes
There
in,
she
so
is.
here she is, she's smashing through it, but we know of course that Rinon is corrupted in this version. It doesn't look like it's
She's
affecting.
moving.
There are some dark mechanics coming out from Gaia, but this is
Look
a
at
phase
all
we
of the
haven't
enemy
seen.
lists.
This looks like they have condensed the add platform phase
Yes.
into a phase
Oh,
here.
goodness. Cones and circles and icicles. You can see, by the way, Shiva's health is still there, not dead. So she's still an enemy on the enemy list. We have fixates going out, tethers of some kind. Everyone's still alive. They're just kind of intuiting this because no one has seen this part of this fight thus far.
When none other than the best friend Gaia comes smashing through with a hammer in an attempt to save Rinon. Here, the party has to decide. There were light and dark aspected crystals. We couldn't destroy the ice in the middle before the light crystals were down, but was it safe to leave the dark crystals alive? Well, some early groups opted to use caster LB3, others simply DPS'd the ice down and left the dark crystals alive. It didn't really take long to figure out what happened here. The community discovered that it would let Gaia channel her powers and deal a huge 50% damage to the ice if you left the dark crystals alive. Rinon was free. Or was she? Don't we remember what happened to her at the start? She's corrupted by Mitron. In a moment where Gaia lets down her guard, Mitron imposes his will upon Gaia too, and we are forced to take her on, the Oracle of Darkness.
I shall restore the power of darkness to the star.
By far the phase that really slowed down progression for many groups. Immediately from the get-go, she casts Ultimate Relativity. Yeah, you heard that right. You remember the original fight, Basic Relativity, Intermediate and Advanced Relativity? Yeah, well now we're just going straight into Ultimate. So many buffs were out. And it was a dance on timers, a sight to behold. We have rewinds, laser baits that rotate, stack markers, dropping explosions, multiple players with gazes and 2 stacks to finish it all off. Best part? Twice Come Ruin was back. That's right, not only does it act as a 90% damage down, but if you get 2 mechanics wrong, you get Doom. Have fun. While World Prog didn't struggle with this too much, I would like to acknowledge that this is the first major wall to progression in casual groups. It has the classic ultimate level of RNG and deliberate movement and practice. I think it's actually a pretty damn fun mechanic to do once you understand it, but it's just a mess to look at and decipher when you get there for the first time. At this point into the ultimate, I would like to bring up one thing that I think contributes to the difficulty of this fight. One of the reasons FRU is considered easier than DSR and top is the fact that a lot of the major mechanics will let you survive to gather information or practice. I know I just mentioned Doom and Ultimate Relativity, but compared to the likes of top, where one wrong thing instantly explodes the entire party, in FRU, you are able to somewhat recover or invuln your way through to cheese some mechanics to gain a little more info or practice a few more seconds. I don't think this is inherently a bad thing. Top was unimaginably punishing, and it made it exhausting to prog. I would like to give my thoughts on this at the end, but I think having ultimates at variant difficulty and feel is a good thing for the game. Oracle brings out giant tankbuster cleaves, moving apocalypse circles, stack markers on random players with different timers, particular dodging, and brute justice super jump. If you can make it through all of this, Rinon comes back as the Oracle of Light, and it's time to fight both of them at the same time.
Usurper Frost is back.
On 100% as well.
Materialization.
Must be expunged.
It's the crystals, it's the memory crystals. And she's going into a crystal. Oh, she's going into a dragon face. And the Oracle of Darkness is here. Oh my word, Dark Lit Dragon Song? Oh, that is insane. This is a mechanic that's... And the crystal died. Did you see that? The memory crystal died.
The memory crystal died.
Wow.
Okay.
We just managed to head into what is maybe safe to call Phase 4?
This phase is the penultimate wall of this fight. If your group wasn't stuck on any mechanics yet, they were about to get stuck here. This part definitely took the most amount of time for world progress to cleanly get through. If you know this fight, you know which mechanic I'm talking about, but that's not to say even the first major mechanic is easy. A combination mechanic begins first, Darklit Dragon Song. Yeah, it's Light Rampant again, except this time it's like the original E8S version. Oh yeah, there's also a half-room cleave, a random player getting jumped on because she doesn't like you. Make sure you watch out for that crystal, can't have that be damaged. Oh yeah, also 2 stack markers, but don't break those tethers just yet, and don't forget about the super jump, or 2. Oh crystallized time, how to describe you. This one had the world proggers stuck for the longest time. While this was a short race overall, nothing slowed down prog like crystallized time did, and why was this? Well first, this mechanic happened a whopping 12 minutes into the fight, and it was definitely the hardest to prog. I'm sure anyone who has done top knows this feeling, but it's the randomness. You, one of 8 party members, can get any role of this mechanic. Are you a cleanser or a puddle? What element do you have? Are you an arrow? Which spot will I take? Oh look, another prio system. You need to learn every possible movement to resolve this mechanic. And better, the pattern that the AoEs activate in can be one of 2 mirrored patterns, and X-lines are also random too. This mechanic on its own isn't impossibly brutal, but like any ultimate, there's always one. One wrong move and you scuff the run. Deaths will cascade, though some are recoverable.
auto keeping.
Fucker! I got it. Spread. No cap, this looks good. At least on our right side looks good. Yup, right side looks good.
Okay.
And the training is complete. That's all I needed.
What follows is 2 wild charges and knockbacks followed by more Arcmons. More equal HP checks, more big damage, and so long as that crystal has survived, and it better have survived.
As Pandora, we will see her spawning in here in just a moment. Great recovery from the teams though, as they were able to just pull that to get, this is, wait, what? This is different.
Huh?
This is different.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh, they killed the crystal!
They killed the crystal and it's a different boss! If the crystal dies, you do get the original face.
You've made it to the final phase, Pandora.
At the same amount of health, otherwise this next cast is gonna completely annihilate the team, but they're on 1%. Echo is doing so much damage. The end of P4, they survived the cast and we're through.
Okay,
First pull off the shift and we're already moving on. You endure another approach then, and here we go.
Yours and you are mine.
I won't let you do as you please.
What is this?
Reen, are you there? Gaia?
No one will erase our promise. No one.
Absolute cinema. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between, Pandora.
Nothing is complicated here. Well, okay, maybe the tank's doing trigonometry while on the raiders. It's a classic ultimate final phase rush, a choke check. Simply lock in, do smooth movement, and use your planned emits and a flawless rotation. It's a race against the clock, and with the help of some final LB given to us, land that final blow and get Metron out of your companion's body. If you were there, you remember those final hours between Echo and Lucrezia. Absolute cinema. We were genuinely on the verge of a world first clear on stream for the first time for an ultimate. Both teams staying awake, way beyond healthy hours for those final pushes. It was one pull after the next, each team whittling that enraged HP bar down even more and more.
First, behind the boss first and foremost, getting soaked there, hopefully the tank underneath able to explode. Unfortunately killing a lot of players, but we do have... Whoa, that is the dirtiest healer LB that I've ever seen. I was We have seen these lines before, and are they going to start going across the room? Just a slice on the same point again.
Okay.
It's gone from my memories. Every last trace of you.
It could have been any one of them, but after hours, and I mean hours, of staying awake, both teams had to go to sleep. And just as they did, another offline team came in and took the world first. And then, It was just a race for teams to pick up the remaining placements.
Those deaths are gonna matter here, but oh my god! Let's go! Oh shit!
There's no way! You gotta do now, they have to beat this cast. I think they're gonna do it, Todd. They definitely got it. We're gonna get the right
two. It's gonna be a nail
Oh
biter.
my god! There she goes!
Wow, first pull in the morning.
Them the kill this morning. You can see the smile on Suki's face. They are extremely happy.
Kill it.
Please, bro. Please, please, please.
This fight's easy, bro! Let's go!
In the end, whether this was your first on-patch ultimate or not, I think it was a decent fight and it was satisfying to do and watch. It didn't reach the heights and epicness of Dragon Song's Reprise and the Omega Protocol, but honestly, I don't think it had to be. It sits at a good place for me, just below DSR in difficulty, and I think it struck a good balance of not being too easy, but not egregiously hard like Endwalker's ultimates were.
Come on! Come on! Yeah.
That's a little melodramatic, don't you think? You can weather this. I know you can.
Let's go! Let's fucking go! Let's go! Oh my god. And with that, I think that wraps up my own experience with FRU. What did you guys think of this ultimate? And how do you find watching or joining raiding in FF14? Do let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys hopefully in the near future, whenever I can get around to preparing another video. Rain out.